Hello everyone, it's Laurel here from Forever Purple Creations. How is everybody doing? It's been a little crazy around here as it always is. First off, don't mind my nails. I have literally been out of work, down sick I've been sick since November with bronchitis and bronchial pneumonia and all this stuff, and it wasn't getting better. So I got sick last week and my doctor said no more work. So I sat home for a week, which was really hard for me to do, but God was telling me I needed to slow down and chill. So I have been working on my crime case folio, one of Tracie's new kits, the latest big kit, her big kit, and I would show it to you, but it's all cut apart and everything already. But I will make sure to leave a link in the description box below for anyone that would like to go check it out. I thought, being as when I am working, I don't have a lot of time. I wanted to at least film parts of things that I do, and I thought I'd bring you along with my crazy brain and the funky ideas that I get, especially with my interactive stuff. So this is going to be a part in the case file. It's going to be an interactive part. I'm going to try not to go overboard in too many, but I'm telling you, when I touch these digitals, the ideas just keep coming, and it's like, oh, I can do this. I can do this. So I'm going to bring you along with some of them and kind of show you what I do. And when I'm thinking and working on something and trying to get it straight in my head, I tend to veer off and start doing other things. Like last night, I sat and decorated my Sugar Bell bottle, my Fabri-Tac bottle, which I needed to fill before we started, so I'll have to pause and do that. And then I did my art glitter glue bottle because it just looked so not nice. And I made a charm for my art glitter glue, and then I also put on the side this like soft cushioning, so when I take my pin out I can just slide it, and I didn't sew it all the way around right here so I don't lose my pin. So that's what I did last night while my brain was thinking. So there you go. Anyway, I'm going to pause for a brief moment because I am going to need glue and I want to fill my Fabri-Tac. So hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, all glues are ready to go. I told myself 10 times, get your glue ready, Laurel. But it never works that way. My brain is just not with me. All right, hold on 1 second. All right, medicine done, everything done. I'm ready to go so I can breathe and talk. All right. So while I was working on my folio, I don't know why I have to do these interactive things. I wanted to do something that had samples or that you could just put pictures up into or something of the people in the case file. So I pulled out one of the vintage file folders. This is like a greenish brown one. And I pulled it open, took the piece out. I put a magnet in here and a magnet on the back there. This is actually getting glued into the file, and then this magnet shut. And the reason it magnets shut is because in each one of these little loops is going to be one of these, and that's what we're going to work on today. So I started out with paper, everything in paper, and I'm like, I like my things to last and I don't ever want them to fall apart. So then I started cutting them out of like plastic packaging. I am going to be doing a lot of stuff with recycling, so I have a lot of stuff collected. So I'm trying to use this whole big file of this plastic from packaging and stuff that I have as well. So there are two here. Then I just took some craft paper and some music paper and distressed them, punched a hole, put a brad in, and then I had paper wrapped around here because the idea is to slide this up, and you can slide something in here like this and pull it down, and it just kind of holds it in there. Why I needed to do that, I don't know. I just thought it was something cool. It's just where my brain went. I took one of the Tim Holtz little number brads, and that is through this little piece of paper that kind of looks like a piece of leather. I did it with the craft card, and then I distressed it, and these lights are killing me. And then I put just a thin layer of wood glue on the top of it just to make it pull the color. And so that's number one. And how this works is this will go up behind here like this and slide into place like that. And then when you have them all in here, it's closed and then they stay in there. And then when you need to change it out, you just lift it up, slide it out, and there you go. And I just thought it would be something that, you know, it was just different and it would look cool hanging in the folio. So we're gonna work on these, and I'm gonna put a couple of them together, and then I'll probably pause and come back and we'll go to the next part, because I don't want these videos to be long. I want to show you the little sample things that I made and the different ideas you can use to put them in here. But I just want to give you some ideas of just taking the things we have and finding different ways to use them. I also took the metal strip that was in here. That was the hardest part. And I made all of the little things that slide on here, that slide up and down. Like I said, I had it in paper at first, but it wouldn't have lasted. If you pulled too far, you'd probably rip the paper. So I made all of those, wrapped them around and cut them and everything, and that's what this is. And then I wanted to be able to use the numbers, so that's where the little pieces of paper come in. And I have all my little things in my little dishes ready to go that we're going to use, and you'll see some of it as we get going. So that's how it's going to look. So we're just going to move this over, and we're going to take one of these. So I need a piece of the music paper and 2 pieces of the craft card, one for the front, one for the back. I think I'll do that one on the front. And then we need a piece of the music paper, which is actually going to get glued to the back of, and I tried zooming this in, guys. I don't know if I can zoom in any further. I could probably zoom in a little bit to show you this part. There we go. Let's see if I can zoom in, if it'll still be clear. Now I gotta move over. Hold on. We'll do a little bit of moving around. It's not going to be really clear now. I'm not sure why. My can't. I'm just praying this works. I don't know what is going on with, you know, my whole setup and everything. So that one's actually going to get glued onto the back of there. And I had these all cut to each one, so I'll probably have to do a little trimming because it all got messed up. So that's just going to go on there. So we're going to glue that one onto the back of this one. So get our glue out. Put my pin in there. I filled my art glitter glue too. I didn't want it to be, come on out. No, it doesn't want to come out. Hold on. It's probably because I just filled it, so it's like going to be temperamental right now. There we go. And none of this is going to show because it's going to be, actually this is going on the top, on the outside. The paper's going on the inside. Or should I just do it on the outside? See, now here's my brain again. I had to sit and think. Yeah, I think I did that one on the inside for some reason. So I think we're going to keep it that way. So this one's going to get glued to the outside of this one. So we just need to slide this up. So we're just going to glue this one on here like this and match up our little holes. I punched all the holes in this one already. None of the other ones, but I had started this one, and then I'm like, okay, time to start mass making and doing these. And then we're going to put this one on here, so we're not going to glue it all, but I need to glue it all the way because it needs to stay flat. So I'm going to put some glue in here, and I have this nice purple silicone mat, and what's nice is when I'm working on stuff, this paper's a little thin, but things don't slide all over the place. I hate when I'm layering and everything slides all over. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody's winter? I know everybody's not in winter, but I'm in winter, and it's been really cold, so it was kind of a good idea that I was off, because when I had to go outside in this, it was extremely hard to breathe. So I will be going back to work Monday. All right, I need to get this away from this one. So I need to pull this thing off a sec here. Let's see if I can pull this out, because I just kind of put too much glue. That's okay, it comes off. And I like the idea of just seeing the transparency of the plastic. I could have covered the whole things, but I kind of wanted to see the transparency. I just thought it looked kind of cool. Oh my gosh, Laura, I'll get the glue off from everywhere. I take it from one hand, put it on the other. See this when you watch this stuff, then you see all the oopses and things that shouldn't be happening that are happening. Let me get some alcohol and wipe this off real quick. All right. Note to self, you need to use that much glue. All right, so then this one's going to go on the back. So I just want to make sure it's still in the same order. I don't want to mess up my holes or anything. So we're going to slide this one back in here like that. And I think it might be backwards. See, this is where you got to pay attention to what you're doing. There we go. So then that one goes like that. We may have to repunch this hole. And then I didn't put this back one on yet because I'm going to put the brad through first. Is that how I did this one? Yeah, I want to put the brad through first and then cover the piece of paper. So I don't want the brad showing on the back, and we're going to have to snip the brad a little bit as well. So I'm just going to line this paper up on here because I think I need to repunch my hole a little bit. So we're going to get my teeny tiny little hole punch. This is my teeny tiny one. I'm just going to kind of hold this in place and repunch this hole. There we go. Now it's punched through all of them. So now I can put my brad through first. So we're going to get my little brad, which is right here. If I can hang on to the little suckers. And we're going to put it through here like that. And then I don't think I'm going to clip a little bit off just to be safe. Just because I don't, sorry guys. I don't want it to go over the edges, so I'm just going to clip this a little bit. And yes, I am all fumble fingers and stuff when I craft. Okay, so my brad just took a dive. So there it is. Wow, I don't know how I just found that. My brad went flying. So we're going to put that back through there again. We're going to try. When I craft, this is how it is for me. It takes me forever because I don't know why, it just does. So we're going to close that. Oh, we have to get our little card first because we need to leave space. So I have a little card that I have like sides cut for tags, and then I have this little slit in it. So it's when I need room for a brad, like when you're wrapping twine and stuff, I just, it's just, I don't even know what it is. It's some kind of gift card for somewhere. I slide it under there like that to give me some space, and then I close my brad. And it works perfectly for me. It gives me just the right amount of space that I need. And then we're going to pull that off. Flatten our backs a little bit. And then we're going to glue our back piece on, which needs to be in the same direction as this one. Like that. So we're going to glue this on back here. Let me fix this a little. My one back one is a little lifted up here. Make sure that's down. All right, and then we'll glue this on. And again, I don't need 800 pounds of glue, Laurel. It's going to spread, so I just like to make sure it's glued. And I am using my art glitter glue because Fabri-Tac does react to some plastics. I don't know how it would react to this plastic, if it would want to eat it up or not, start eating through it because of the acetone. I'm not sure, and I'm just going to take a little clip and clip this one on here for now, just so it dries. I'm kind of wanting to put the brad through it just because now I'm paranoid that, you know, it's going to come apart, and I don't want it to come apart. See, that's just my brain. I mean, I don't think it'll look that bad if the brad is on the back. I just don't want it to show, so we're just going to leave this for now and see how it works out. Let me get another clip. I just like to make sure things stay. So we're just going to put another clip on there like that. So then we're going to take one of these little pieces of paper that I have cut into, you know, I folded it like this. Took this little paper, I folded it, and then I cut at an angle like that, just so it has room in the center for the brad. But it still lets the metal show through. So see the little hole? That's for the brad. That's for one of these. So I need my number 2. And I've already cut the back off the number 2. I probably should have waited till I put it through the hole because this looks a little bit bigger than this hole. But that's okay. We'll get it going. I might have to snip this hole just a teeny bit on each side. I don't want to make another hole because I don't want to make it bigger. I just want to have enough room to slide this brad in here. There we go. That one and this one. So I think the next one I'll just push through before I cut it. So then this number 2 has to be upright, and these are never upright. Oh, okay, that's got to go that way. The number 2 has to go this way, so that. All right. So let's get this straight. Turn it. There we go. And then we're going to flatten these out because they're going to run right along the back of the paper and you'll never see it, like that. So my little 2's on there now because I didn't want to try and wrap it around this metal. First of all, I don't think it would have been big enough. So now we're going to glue this onto this piece of metal and wrap it around. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. I'm going to try and be careful because I don't want glue squirting everywhere. Now that they're both full, they're working great. All right. So we're going to move this clip a minute. I'm going to put this on here. Wrap it. And I had these all set to each size too, so I may have to do a little bit of adjusting because this one's too big for this one, but that's okay. I had them all because, you know, each piece of metal isn't exactly the same. That was a feat in itself to try and do. So we'll see. So now we need to just slide this up on here. And there goes my thing going out. I don't know why my screen is timing out either. That's another thing that's bothering me. Like my screen starts to time out. It's really weird. All right, so that's all glued on. Get our glue out of the way. I can clean the strips later. So there's that one, number 2. So and then this one will slide up in here as well. So we put it on the back here, put it in the little hole, and slide it down into place. And then it looks like that. And I just thought that looked really cool. So then you can take, like, say you have one of your suspects. I just have some of their pictures printed on photo paper, and you can just slide this up in here, and it kind of just stays because this thing is pulled down. Now, if I slid them up, it would just fall out, but this little metal ring just kind of holds it in place. So we're going to make another one because I got a little bit of time yet. Oh, my thing's sticking to my magnet. So we're going to work on another one. So we got to go to number 3. So I'm going to try and make sure I get one that, see how I have a little piece of paper in there? See how tight? It's nice and tight. But then if you just slide it up, it just moves around. So this little ring just kind of holds it in there, which is really nice. I just thought it was cool. I don't know. I don't know where my brain gets these ideas. I really don't. But we're going to leave that in there because it actually holds those in place while I'm doing this. So we'll just leave this in here. Push it back up in there. Get my little slides centered. All right, there we go. And then we need to find the one that fits around here. And this one looks a little bit bigger. So we're going to try this one and see if this one fits around here. That one? Yep, that one works. So we'll do this one. So now we got to get our number 3. 3. Put our little brad in, and we'll clip it after we put it through. These are not straight. Oh my gosh, my fingers just do not work anymore. That's why I've been putting my nails shorter too, because I don't know why my fingers, I'm struggling with my little fingers these days. Don't want to do everything I want them to do. Come on, you need to be up and down. Should have made the holes a little bit bigger because the brad pins are in a weird spot. So there's number 3. And we're going to glue this. Oh, we should probably do these parts first. So let's pick a piece of paper. And then we need some little cards. We just got to make sure they match. Okay, those 2 match. Now let's make sure the piece of paper fits in there okay. And yep, that one fits in there okay. And then we need to punch a hole, but I need to line this up with this. And then we'll punch right through the plastic and right through our papers. And we'll line this up and punch our hole. There we go. Now we got our little hole. So now I can take these off and start gluing them down. So this one gets glued to the top. And we're going to be a little easier on the glue this time. I probably shouldn't be leaving my art glitter glue open. So I have been able to watch not a lot of videos, some. I get really tired when I start watching things. So I kind of just been chilling, but I've had so many ideas. I'm glad I've been able to sit and, work on this a little bit while I was off, because, you know, my days are so long. I really don't have a lot of time. But I have been trying to keep up with a bunch of people and watch things and, you know, get inspired, and which I have plenty of that going on right now. I go through my phases sometimes where things are going really good, and I never would have thought, you know, that I would, this kit would inspire me the way it has. I mean, all her kits are amazing. We all know that, but it was just weird that the minute I saw this kit, I was like, oh my gosh. And then the ideas just started flowing. So I think I'm going to rub this one in a little because I don't want this glue squirting out all over. But I do want this paper to stay down on the piece of plastic. So I'm just going to do that. Yes, much better this time. See? Each time you make something, you learn a little bit more. So yeah, I do want to start coming on and just doing, I am going to be coming on and doing, like, I want to start using things that are in my room. And I think I put my piece of paper on backwards because my little hole's not lined. Oh no, it lined up. I want to start doing series with like things in my room, like pulling out something that I have and making, you know, making stuff with that, because I need to start using the things that are in my room. So, all right, so now we need the little brad for this one. And I have a bunch of notes, and I have a bunch of things written down, and different things I want to make. And of course, I'll try and give some little tips along the way. I did discover a few things while I was playing. I'm trying to think what the last thing was. Oh, I remember now, but that's for my other project. I'm also working on the birth month florals, and I'm working on my flip-flop envelopes with Tracie's compendium kits. It's like my brain, I've learned I can't just work on one thing. I have to, that's where my creativity gets better. Sorry if I wasn't in frame. I have to bebop from thing to thing, because if I stay on one thing too long, then it just starts, it either goes into overload or it just starts to be too much. So, and then I can't think. So I think I like having, like, one day I'll work on this, and then all of a sudden I'll get an idea for, you know, for the other project, and then I'll work on that. And so we're going to have to clip this one too for a minute. Let's get our clip over here. See, I didn't need to punch a hole in the back one because, you know, my brain's not, this is what I mean, my brain's not working right now because the brad's not going through the back. Let's see, did that one dry okay? Yep, it dried okay. So yeah, note to self, don't put a hole in the back. All right, so while that's drying, we can wrap this little number around our number 3. And then I'll probably, you guys kind of get the gist. So like I said, this is just craft card. I'm trying to use things that I collect that I always say, I don't want to use that. What if I need it for something? well, I need the stuff for this. So it's, you can't hang on to everything forever and keep thinking that way, because it doesn't work. Oh, I'm wondering why it's not going anywhere. It's because I need to cut my brad. Come on. There we go. Now I have to put more glue now. It's like you go, I can't use that. I might need it for something. Well, you probably need it for what you're working on. Would make, would make way more sense. All right, now I need my pliers. Hold on one sec. My little brad's bent a little bit in the wrong direction. We got to hide that brad. Get up there. All right. Oh, now my number turned. See? The whole number turned. Oh, that should be okay. It's only going to show a teeny bit. I can clip it if I have to, which I might, because it's going to make me crazy now. This, oh, and I'm out of frame again because I zoomed in, and then I forget I need to be closer. So we're just going to clip these a little bit more and hope these little bitty pieces of metal don't go flying. All right, there we go. That's better. I don't know why this one doesn't want to sit the way it's supposed to. All right, so now we need to get some glue on here and get this one down. So yeah, I'm trying to use up everything in my room. Sorry guys, my brain's a little out there these days because, I was on a lot of medication. So I'm still trying to get my brain back. But this does help. Working on my stuff does help. All right, let's hold this up here like this. We'll get this one wrapped and on. And then we'll get this one wrapped. Why I felt like it needed extra, because I wanted to have a number on here and I didn't want it to just be sitting on the metal, so that's why. So there's our number 3. Should all be glued down. Stay glued. Come on now. All right, there's our number 3. And see, my screen's getting dark again. I don't know why. I am filming and I don't know why everything looks so funky, but I keep trying different cameras, and I even tried my internal camera. I don't know what's going on with all this nonsense. All right, so we're almost at 30 minutes. So I'm actually going to stop here. I'm going to finish these, and then I'm going to come back and show you the next thing I'm adding. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these up and fix this, whatever is going on with the picture, and I will be right back. Well, I might have to do this while I'm on here. So let's see if it'll fix. I don't know what's going on. It's all having an issue today. Oh no, that ain't right. Let's reset. Yes. Is that better? No. It looks awful, right? You can't even see those numbers. I'll try and fix it just a little bit. I don't know what the issue is here. There we go. Make it a little brighter at least. So yeah. So that's what those look like. So now you can see it. So I'm going to continue on with these. I'll get these all on, and then I'll come back and show you what we're putting on next. I will be right back. And I'm back. Okay, so that is what they look like all finished. I'm sorry about the lighting, guys. I just don't know how to fix this problem. I'm working on it. I have a new program too that I'm learning so that I can just fast forward while I'm making this, but that's how these will all look. So they're all on there, and then it magnets shut. Just to hold them in there. And then I did make like some sample things to stick in here. I put like, a little sample of whatever they would use to take samples, and that. We'll just push this one up out of the way, push this in here, and then pull this back down, and that'll hold that. I made a little like a bottle. So we'll stick this one, we'll move this one over here, put that in here. Like, you could use all their pictures. You could put samples of fingerprints up here, whatever you want, and pull that down a little so it holds that. I did use, I know you can't really see it, but there is a hair sample in there. I did use Barbie hair, so it's okay. There's no real DNA in here. I actually had a Barbie from I was going to use for some other project. Pull that down. And then I have like blood sample right here on some fabric, on some muslin. So that will put in number 6. Slide that up. Put that. Now you could do this before you put these in here too as well, but it's kind of just as easy to do it like this. Why? Again, I don't know why my brain goes where it goes, and then just slide it down the best you can. Those staples are probably hindering it a little bit, but it's still holding it. And then I did do, and again with the staples, so I think I might flatten this a little bit more. Maybe it'll slide in there a little bit easier if I flatten those staples. There we go. I did do like a fingerprint sample. So that goes in here, or a fingerprint that they found on one, you know, on the case. So this goes in here like that, just at the bottom. This slides down, and then you have all your pieces hanging in there, all your different samples. Like I said, you could put all fingerprints here, all images, and you can use bigger ones as well. Oh, I didn't put something in number 1. Oh, I have like a test strip thing. Hold on, let me get this out. It's just like, and it's on photo paper, so I just did some alcohol ink on photo paper, just like a little test strip. And that can go up in here. Can't put that one too high because it's a little bit bigger than the number. So let's put that on an angle a little bit. Might have to cut this one down a little bit. See? And they're all in there. And I just thought that would look so cool hanging in the folio. And I want to show you the folio and stuff, but I don't want to show it to you yet. But this is actually going in the center. So the next part I'm putting on is, I know I could have fussy cut out a bunch, printed them really small, and fussy cut out a bunch of images from the digitals, but I decided again to take some of that plastic that I had, and I drew like some handcuffs. So that's going to go here, and I did a little violin. So that will go here. I think this goes here. And then I did, let's see, some glasses. I'm trying to make sure I have the marker side facing down. A little pair of glasses. And those will go here. And then I have his hat, which can go here. I just thought it would just give a little bit more to the piece of paper. And then I did a magnifying glass. And that can go here. And then I did a pipe. His pipe. Sherlock has a pipe. There's his pipe. And yes, I drew these on with a permanent marker on the plastic, and then I fussy cut them all out. And then I have a set of keys for the handcuffs, and that will go, I don't know if I want those two next to each other, so we're going to move that over a little bit. And then put the keys there. And then that'll go like that. It's just kind of, I just think that makes that whole piece of paper like that. So those are going to go up on there. I will show you really quickly because we're at 33 minutes. One more other thing that I made. I did not film this. This was an idea in the making. As I was making it, it grew and I had to keep changing it. But I wanted to make a pocket watch, because back in those days they had pocket watches, and I've changed it a few times, just like I do quite a few of my projects. So I did this on black cardstock paper, and then I printed out a doily pattern I had on another piece of cardstock. I did them both separately with the statue foundry wax, the statue. I know this lighting and everything is terrible. And then I glued them together. So that is the front, and to me that I didn't want a big giant, and I think I might have a old pocket watch, I'm not sure, but I don't want a lot of bulk in this journal. So this is just made out of paper. But I think it looks really cool. And then this flips down. So I have a little hinge in here. It's a teeny tiny little hinge in here that opens the pocket watch. And then you have your numbers. Again, I did that with the foundry wax. And then I put real Tim Holtz metal clock hands in here, and then in between in his gear, it just kind of keeps them away from each other and helps them to move. And then that just folds up. And then on the back, I put a little jump ring with a chain because this is going to be attached to a hole and an eyelet in part of the folio. So that's just a little, yeah, I know, my brain, right? I don't know. It's just as I'm touching stuff, things just start happening. So yeah, so that's just my little pocket watch right there. And it just doesn't have any bulk. And I did take one of those ball roller things, and I did add black too to make it kind of look old. So I used one of these on a piece of one of these on a piece of foam, and just kind of pushed down and rolled like you do with the flowers, just to give it some curve and dimension so the top part looks rounded. I know it's kind of hard to see here, but it is. It's dimensional. It's not flat. So it just kind of helped it look like, you know, an old pocket watch. So yeah, so that is my project for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gives you some inspiration and, you know, thinking definitely outside of the box. I know a lot of people can create like this. I don't know why my brain takes me to the places it takes me and comes up with the ideas it does. And I'm, you know, I'm always amazed when I finish something too, that like, wow, how did you think of that? So I just thought it was a really good idea, and I think it'll look awesome in the folio. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Happy crafting. Don't forget to get out there and create something. See, I forgot everything I'm supposed to say because I haven't been on in such a long time. I will be back again because I have another interactive piece that I'm working on, and it's still coming together in my head, so I want to make sure I have everything ready before I start filming. So I'm just going to show you bits and parts of the folio as I'm working on it. I will start doing my journals probably beginning to end, but this is how this one's going because I already had some of it built and things like that. So have a wonderful weekend. Thank you all for watching. Can't wait to see what everybody's creating. And don't forget you can find this kit, the crime case, Sherlock Holmes crime case kit for Tracie Fox Creative. That'll be listed in the description box below. Have a great weekend, everyone. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.